Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video of Max's gaming channel. Now, I haven't uploaded a video in a while because I've been playing a game called The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and it's such a fun game. It's part of the Legend of Zelda trilogy. Anyway, in March, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out, and I'm super excited for that. So, in this video, I'm going to be telling you 5 things that I think would be cool in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. Number 1. In Zelda Breath of the Wild, there are a species called the Rito, and they are basically humanoid birds. So, what I would think it would be really cool is if Link, the main character, could jump on one of their backs and be taken anywhere by them. I think that would be really cool. And they would be called the Rito Flying Taxis. You see something similar in Pokemon Sword and Shield with the Corviknight taxis, which are really cool. Breath of the Wild, number 2. Now, I think what would be really cool is to have friendly Lynels that you could ride as a way of transport, as well as the horses, bears and deer that are already in the game. For example, there are 4 Lynel in Breath of the Wild 1. The red, the blue, the white, and I think there's a yellow one. Anyway, they are basically centaurs, but with the torso and head of a humanoid lion. And they're really powerful. So to be able to tame them or to have a friendly species would be really cool. Number 3. I was thinking, since in the trailer, Link's arm gets consumed by Ganon's Calamity power, I think it would be really cool if, now that he has a withered arm, if there was a main quest or a main key feature where Link and the 2 people from the ancient tech labs, the Hateno Tech Lab and the Akala Tech Lab, all came together and they built Link a Sheikah arm. It would act as a Sheikah slate, so you could take pictures, scan towers with your hand instead of putting the Sheikah slate in. Also, special abilities like Cryonis, Stasis, and also Magnesis could be used from your hand, which would be really cool. Number 4. In the game, there are a species called Rito, which of course would be the people who would help you with the flying taxis. Well, maybe if that gets added. Anyway, they only have a small area on the map, which is Rito Village. Then they've got a target practice thing, and then they've got Rito Stable, and that's pretty much it. So I was thinking they could expand the area, and Rito life could grow, and there would be more Rito people, and it would be very cool because, like Zora's Domain, that has a whole big portion of the map for the Zora. The Gorons have whole Death Mountain. Gerudo have all the Gerudo Desert, which is literally named after them. And then the Rito have like the Rito Village, and that's it. So it would be really cool if the Rito had more points of interest on the map. Number 5. Since all the champions obviously sadly died to Ganon's Blight, Wind Blight Ganon, Fire Blight Ganon, Water Blight Ganon, Thunder Blight Ganon, that's it. Yeah, so all the old champions, which were Mipha, she died to Water Blight. Daruk, he died to Fire Blight. Revali, he died to Wind Blight. And Arbosa, she died to Thunder Blight. Anyway, so since these champions died, these were the Hyrule champions. I thought, what if there were new Hyrule champions? So, when you defeat the Divine Beasts in the Zelda game, you get their powers. So, Mipha's Grace heals you. When you have no heart, it heals you. Rivali's Gale boosts you up into the air. Daruk's Protection gives you a shield around you. and Arbosa's Fury lets you swing weapons with lightning. Anyway, these would be passed on to their descendants. So, for example, Sidon, which is Mipha's baby brother, Riju, which is a descendant of Arbosa, Yunombo, which is a descendant of Daruk, and also Teba, which I don't know if he's related to Revali, but he helps you in the Var Meadow mission, so I reckon he would be the next champion. Number 6. Now, obviously with the new champions, there has to be new champion abilities. Well, at least I think so. Anyway, so number 1, Sidon's Spout. It would spray water from the ground, possibly damaging your enemies, maybe leaping them up into the air, and then they take full damage from going like full damage. Then would be Riju's Rage, which would be basically Arbosa's Fury, where you hold swing your weapon, lightning strikes. Teba's Gust would be where you hold for 2 seconds and it like makes you go into the air, like into the air. And then also if you hold it for 8 seconds, in the trailer it shows new sky areas. So maybe if you hold it for 8 seconds, you could go flying into the sky area. Anyway, next we have Yunobo's, I'm really bad at the names, but Yunobo's Strength. It's a cool animation, like a do-do-do-do-do, and then you get strength up for like 5 minutes, which would be really cool and really helpful in battles. Number 7. I think what would be really cool is if parts of the map could rise up and then guardian legs come out of them, so they walk around an area. For example, if there was a shrine on Hyrule Field, and if you go in that shrine, you have to defeat a Lionel or a Hinox or a Stalnox or whatever, or maybe even like a Bokoblin camp or something. Anyway, once you get onto a certain part of that, the ground would rise up and legs would come out of it. It would start walking around and act like a guardian. It would go around and basically wreak havoc on Hyrule. And you need to stop that from happening, because obviously there's already like Ganon, so you can't have any more troubles, otherwise it would be just too hard. So you have to defeat it. So you go to the shrine, you defeat the hard beast, you gather like the spirit orb, maybe there's a free weapon in a chest, and there could be like a couple of other challenges. So like on Eventide Island, I think that's what it's called, you drop all your weapons and then you have to find 3 balls and find like 3 areas to put the balls. And then once you put all of them, a shrine would appear. So maybe it could be something like that. Finally, acid arrows. I think what would be really cool is if we could have arrows that would fire with acid on the end of them. Or maybe like the bomb arrows, it's a little capsule at the end that explodes with acid. Then there'd be like pools of acid which would deal damage to enemies. Anyway. Also, Octorok, which are these big octopus things that leap out of the ground or leap out of the sea, and they disguise as like a rock or something. They go, and then like a rock starts flying towards you. What if the rock sometimes could be covered in acid? Because obviously you have acid in your stomach, so it comes up from your stomach. The rock comes flying at you and it explodes with acid. And you've got to like try and dodge it. So I think that would be cool. Thank you for watching this video, and maybe if the video hits 10 likes, well, I could create one of these features in a game engine or an animation software. Anyway, like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.